Marsupial Antechinus. Dude, let me tell you a story that sounds like a horror movie script, but it's 100% real. There in Australia, there's a little marsupial called Antechinus that takes the term dying of love to the literal extreme. These little critters are the size of a mouse, super cute, but when mating season arrives, the males enter a turbo mode that's scary. They spend weeks mating non-stop, like their bodies go into total collapse. Cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, rise so much that the immune system simply gives up. Then ulcers start appearing, internal hemorrhaging, their fur starts falling out. And you know what's crazier? After this reproductive marathon, practically all the males die. That's right, you heard it. The entire male population sacrifices itself to guarantee the next generation. The females survive, raise the offspring, and the following year, the cycle starts again with the new generation of males. Man, nature is sometimes too metal. Water strider insects. Now tell me something, have you ever seen those insects that seem to be skating on water as if there was ice underneath? Well, water striders are literally the masters of applied physics in the insect world. These guys live walking on top of the water in lakes and rivers. And no, it's not magic. No, it's pure science. Their legs are covered with microscopic hairs that repel water, like those waterproofing products you put on sneakers. This creates a kind of air cushion that distributes their weight perfectly through the surface tension of the water. Surface tension is that force that makes water seem to have a film on the surface. Water striders take advantage of this force to literally walk on water. And the coolest part, they use their middle legs to row super fast. They can reach 1.5 meters per second, which for a bug a few millimeters long is like a race car. The front legs are free to grab food, and the back ones are like a boat's rudder helping with direction. They chill out waiting for other insects to fall in the water to make their meal. Natural engineering at its best. Praying mantis. Let's talk now about an insect that every Brazilian knows and that has a, let's say, controversial reputation. The praying mantis looks all peaceful with that praying pose, but my friend, that's just a well-crafted facade. In reality, that prayer posture is the hunting position. They stay super still, looking harmless, but they're just waiting for prey to pass by. When it happens, they attack at an absurd speed. We're talking about 0.05 seconds. It's faster than you can blink. Those front legs are like serrated knives that trap the victim with no chance of escape. But the most controversial part comes now. You've probably already heard that the female eats the male after mating, right? Well, that's real, but it doesn't always happen. In nature, it happens in about 13 to 28% of matings. But in the laboratory, where insects are stressed and without adequate food, it can reach 63%. And there's a morbid detail. Sometimes she starts eating his head during the act. And the worst part, the male's body continues doing its job even without the head because insects' nervous systems work differently from ours. Otter. Now prepare your heart because we're going to talk about the cutest and most intelligent little animals in the aquatic kingdom. Otters. Seriously, if there's an animal that seems to have been designed to be adorable, but don't be fooled by the cuteness because these little guys are true geniuses of nature. They're one of the few mammals that use tools, like primates and dolphins. They pick up little stones and keep them in a skin fold that works like a natural pocket, like a marsupial, but for tools. When they find a mollusk or shellfish with a hard shell, they place the stone on their belly while floating on their backs and start hitting the shell against the stone until it breaks. It's like a chef preparing a dish, and each otter has its favorite stone, which it carries for weeks or even months. It's like that favorite pan that your grandma won't let go of for anything. And there's more. They sleep floating belly up and sometimes hold hands so they don't separate while sleeping. That's right, they literally hold on to each other so they don't get lost in the current. If that's not the cutest thing you've heard today, I don't know what is. Sea otter life is tough, but it's stylish. Giraffe. Bro, let's talk about the tallest pivot in nature, the giraffe. This animal is like that basketball player who was born to dominate the game, except in their case, the game is reaching food where no one else can. That master neck can be up to 2 meters long. It's the size of a person. And guess what? It has the same number of vertebrae as your neck. That's right, 7 vertebrae, only each one is about 25 cm. The engineering behind this is insane, because the heart needs to pump blood with enough force to reach up there in the head. Speaking of heart, theirs weighs 11 kilos and has super thick walls to handle the pressure. And when she lowers her head to drink water, there's a special valve system in the neck veins that prevents all the blood from rushing down at once and causing a brain explosion. It's like having a state-of-the-art hydraulic system. And that detail about the dark tongue is natural sunscreen. The tongue can be up to 45 cm and is kind of purple or black because it has a lot of melanin pigment. Since they spend hours with their tongue out grabbing leaves, this protects against sunburn. Nature thought of everything. Clownfish. Everyone knows Nemo, right? But the real-life clownfish is even more fascinating than the one in the movie. These guys have a symbiotic relationship, like a friendship with mutual benefits with sea anemones that would leave any scientist jaw-dropped. Anemones are like sea flowers, but in reality they're carnivorous animals, full of poisonous tentacles that paralyze and kill small fish. Any little fish that touches there, that's it, except the clownfish. They have a special layer of mucus that works like a protective shield against the poison. But how do they achieve this? When they're small, they go rubbing gently on the anemone, like making the body create a specific layer for that anemone. It's like training the body to develop immunity. Genius. And you know what's cooler? It's a fair exchange. The clownfish gets protection from predators. Because who's going to attack a fish in the middle of poisonous tentacles and the anemone gets cleaning? The clownfish eats parasites and food scraps. Besides, the fish's feces serve as nutrients for the anemone. It's like living in an apartment with a deadly security system and still paying rent by cleaning the place. Porcupine. The porcupine is basically nature's walking battle tank. This animal is like that video game character who put all their points into defense and said, "I'm not going to attack anyone, but whoever touches me will regret it." Those quills are modified hairs, covered with keratin, the same material as your nails. Each porcupine can have up to 30,000 quills. And unlike what cartoons show, they don't launch the quills like projectiles. That's a myth. But hey, if you're too curious and touch them, the quills come off super easily because they have like microscopic barbs that stick in the skin. It's like those fish hooks that the more you pull, the deeper they go. That's why it's so difficult and painful to remove. When they feel threatened, they raise all their quills, make a strange noise chattering their teeth, and even release a strong smell. It's the most complete security system in nature. Passive defense on hard mode indeed. Predators quickly learn to leave these guys alone. Flatworms. Now let's go to the simpler but no less interesting side of nature. Flatworms or platyhelminthes. These guys are so minimalist that they decided to skip entire systems that we consider essential. No circulatory system, no respiratory system, no anus. That's right. They eat and expel through the same hole, like that studio apartment where everything is in the same room, but it works. Oxygen enters directly through the skin because they're so flat that all cells are close to the surface. It's as if each cell breathes on its own. Simplicity at the extreme minimalist level indeed. Some are super cool, like planarians, which live in fresh water and have an insane ability. If you cut a planarian in half, each piece regenerates the missing parts and becomes 2 complete worms. It's like having regeneration superpowers. But others are pretty annoying, like the tapeworm or solitary worm, which is an intestinal parasite. That one can grow several meters inside the human intestine and live stealing nutrients from your food. Definitely not the type of tenant you want to have. So, which of these animals impressed you the most?